Did you know there's a new movie with Vanessa Kirby, Ana de Armas, Sydney Sweeney, Jude Law, and Daniel Bruhl in theaters? Because I kind of forgot. Let's talk about Ron Howard's Eden, a film that released internationally last year. It's based on a group of outsiders who settle on a remote island only to discover that their greatest threat isn't the wildlife or climate, but ultimately each other. And three different parties. Each party holds individual characters that are sometimes quirky, sometimes awkward, other times just plain cruel. So yeah, this couple, they're not married. Jude Law's character has some quirky things about him in this movie, but they escape civilization as they know it to start anew. They start to get joined by other couples and groups and people that are just going to come in and make everything all methy. In comes Daniel Bruhl, Sydney Sweeney. They're a couple with kids. Sydney Sweeney's character is pregnant. That's going to make for some interesting drama on the island. Then you have Ana de Armas and her crew, and they're coming and messing everything up. They have plans to build and all of these expectations on what this place is based on what they had heard about Jude Law's character. And yeah, what do you expect from this movie? Ultimately, things become a lot more difficult for people, even though they believe this is their future. And like the summary says, it's not necessarily nature that messes everything up, even though this is a very difficult situation to live in, especially when you start getting shortages on food. It's each other. And you can kind of tell where the story's going. Admittedly, the movie starts out fairly strong, even though the message itself is a bit cloudy. It's really the second half for me that starts to lose its way. And I couldn't feel much emotion, not only from the characters, even though they are giving some nice performances. I believe Kirby's character is wasted. This is probably the best I've seen Ana de Armas since Knives Out. But the cat and mouse game between all of these groups, it feels very surface level, like they never dove into the details that were there for the taking. The script, unfortunately, just never gets there. I mean, of course they're not going to get along. Have you ever played the game Civilization? That doesn't go well. This movie doesn't go well. I'm not going to say what happens. But Ron Howard is a director that I am a fan of on certain levels, but then other movies just come across as bland. Speaking of drab and bland, the script becomes that in the second half, and Ron Howard just isn't bringing the directing energy that we're used to. So all in all, Eden had a lot of potential in the beginning, ultimately falters towards the end. It's not a terrible watch, but I feel like some people are going to watch this and be like, I could have spent my time doing something else.
I mean, it's all right, like...